Stanley Kubrick, thank you so much for agreeing to this interview.
No problem. I'm not much going on at the moment. I'm doing the one show later, so looking forward to that.
So you've made so many incredible films.
Yes. Yes, I have. Yes.
Yes, and I'd just like to focus on one of them today. I'd like to talk to you about The Shining.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic film.
Now, it was an adaptation of a novel by Stephen King.
Yes, it was by a miserable bastard called Stephen King. Yes.
Okay, so what attracted you to the story?
What attracted me to working on The Shining? Well, I just made Barry Lyndon, which everyone thought was a long, boring period drama. So I thought, okay, I'll show them, and I made a very long, boring horror film.
Anything else?
Look, after Barry, I needed something more relatable, something more commercial.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what's more relatable than a guy going on a self-catering holiday with his family, and after a few months, he goes completely mad and wants to kill them. What's more relatable than that?
Now, Stephen King wasn't happy about you casting Jack Nicholson as Jack Torrance.
He's never keen about anything. He's a fucking pain in the ass. Look, I always cast someone with the first name as a character, otherwise it sort of does my head in. I wanted Jackie Chan, but that couldn't happen. So in the end, Jack Nicholson played Jack Torrance, Danny Lloyd played Danny Torrance, and Shelley Duvall played Wendy Torrance.
Right, now, Shelley Duvall said she found working on the film incredibly difficult.
Is she?
Is it true you made her do the baseball bat scene 127 times?
Do you know what? It would have been easier to get the baseball bat to wave Shelley Duvall about. Look, I asked her in the audition, can you play baseball? I said, can you play baseball? It's very key to a specific scene in the film. She said, yes. We shook on it. It was very weak handshake. And I thought, no, she'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. But she says you bullied her and you made her life hell for a whole year.
All right, I'll ask you this. Does she or does she not look like a woman who believes the madman, a lunatic, is trying to kill her?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Welcome to movie making, love.
So she said that she gave you some of her hair at the end of the film because so much of it had fallen out.
Yeah, she did. It was literally the worst present I've ever had.
Now, there are plenty of conspiracy theories surrounding the film.
Oh, Christ, here we go. Go on then. Go on.
Some say the film is actually about the slaughter of Native Americans.
It's fucking bollocks.
Others have said it's about the Holocaust.
It's about a fucking hotel.
Okay, so you used special high-speed lenses that were borrowed from NASA during the filming of Barry Lyndon. And some people maintain that the only reason they lent them to you is because you helped fake the moon landing.
Are these nuts seriously suggesting I faked the moon landing? Because, that's what I did. Yeah, because I wanted to borrow some really good lenses so I could film using candlelight. Fuck off.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Well, no comment then.
So Danny is wearing an Apollo 11 jumper and you have room 237, which is 237,000 kilometers.
Okay. I helped out a bit. Yeah, happy? I helped NASA try and fake the moon landing. So what? Come on.
Really? Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean you tried?
3 years I worked on that one project. Okay. We went over budget. NASA was starting to realize that it would actually be cheaper to actually land a man on the moon. I thought differently. I thought, let's film it in Slough.
So what's the biggest problem trying to fake the moon landing?
Neil fucking Armstrong's the problem. The man can't act. He was useless. I said it. Jesus Christ, it's actually a relief to be able to say it out loud. He had one line, didn't he? One line. Do you remember the line? And he fluffed it? Do you remember? Yeah, because I wanted Steve McQueen, a man who could act, be the first man on the moon. No, NASA wanted fucking untested pilot. Do you know how many times I had to run through the fucking line with him? One small step for a man. For a man. Not one small step for man. It was fucking... It's like working with Duvall.
This is extraordinary. I can't believe it.
Yeah, well, it looks... Have you seen it? It looks shit.
Yeah, it does look terrible.
It looks terrible. It's not even in colour. Not even CinemaScope. Looks like... Do you know what it looks like? CCTV footage. I thought I was watching police fucking camera action.
So what you're saying is the moon landings...
I don't... Yeah, can we just move on?
So, Stanley, there's just as much interest in the films that you didn't manage to make, like Napoleon and the Aryan Papers. Are there any other film projects that you unfortunately didn't get to make?
Ruin My Ass.
Right.
Oh, it was just it was going to be like a 1995-minute film where a donkey falls apart.
Any others?
What I would love to have made. Legs, obviously.
Legs.
Legs, yeah. It was just a film where all the shots were going to be from the waist down. So you'd have to sort of gauge what the actors were kind of portraying just by their stance.
So this would have been a feature film where you just seen people's legs.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Are there any others?
I would love to have got to work on Lorraine Kelly. I'd have loved to have gone to town on Lorraine Kelly.
In what way?
It was my passion project.
Mm-hmm.
It was basically a biopic about Ned Kelly's half sister.
Stanley, it's been an amazing honour to talk to you, a real honour.
Mm-hmm.
Next time I'd like to talk to you about Eyes Wide Shut and the theory that the film is basically saying that the world is run by a group of super rich paedophiles.
Oops.
Stanley, thank you very much.
No problem. Fancy, I'm going to nip off to Ryman's, buy myself some pens.
Okay, cheers. Thank you.
Thank you, James.
You don't like driving over 50 miles an hour.
I've got a Porsche.
You're afraid of flying.
I've got a pilot's license, you fucking arsehole.